Every time you sin, you're gonna want to do this. And the first thing is, don't hide from it. I feel like a lot of us try to throw a rock and hide our hands. It talks about how Adam and Eve, after they ate the fruit, they realized they were naked and they tried to hide themselves, right? They thought that the Lord couldn't find out, like the Lord didn't know, right? What you gotta understand is, the more you try to hide it, the more you're doing this because of shame, you're doing this because of guilt, and you're hoping that, you know what I'm saying, that you can get away with it and stuff like that. But what you gotta understand is, you ain't tricking God. God already knows your sin. God knows what you're gonna do before you even commit the sin, right? The more you try to do this and hide it and blame others, the more you're gonna probably separate yourself from God, because now you're scared to come to him, right? Oh, I might get punished for this, punished for that. You don't gotta always think about that, bro. Think about it like this, right? You ever been friends with somebody and they told you a lie, right? Someone lies, right? Sometimes they gotta keep lying. So then it's just a constant lie. And the more they try to hide it from you, it would have been better if they just told you the truth straight up, right? You're at a situation, you're like, dang, you could have just told me the truth. You know, it would not have been that bad. Next thing is, when you sin, don't keep indulging in that sin. Don't be like, oh, because I already messed up once, I might as well just keep doing it. You feel me? I used to struggle with this when I used to struggle with fasting. I was in high school and, you know, the hub and all that stuff. Like, sometimes I'd slip up and I'd be like, well, I already did it once, I might as well just keep doing it. Then I'll go down that downward spiral. Then I'd be like, okay, I'm done. And I stop. Then I mess up again and I just do it 3 more times. And then you wonder, how do you get yourself in that cycle? It's because if you're on a diet, right, and you know you're on a real clean diet, you ain't eating no sugar, right? Maybe one day you cheat the diet and you have a little bit of sugar, right? A little bit of candy, right? You're like, all right, that won't hurt me. But now that I had one piece of candy, I might as well get a cheesecake too. Oh, well, now that I did that, I might as well get a milkshake too. Now you didn't destroy your diet for that day, and then you do it the next day, and the next day, and the next day. Then you're like, all right, I'm done. Then you mess up again. And you see how I'm saying? This is the type of cycle that we don't want. Desires will trap you if you do it like that. The thing you got to do is ask for forgiveness, right? Sometimes I feel like I sin and I forget to ask God for forgiveness. I'd be like, well, he already knows I'm sorry, or this, that, and the other. And that's not how it works. God, forgive me, I was rude to this person. Or God, forgive me, I said this and I should not have said that. We don't want to live in a way where we're just doing things and then we're not even asking for forgiveness, right? That's not how we should live as Christians, right? Like it says in Isaiah 1 verse 18, your sins will be like scarlet, but he can make them white as snow. He can wipe all your sins away. You just have to ask for forgiveness, right? And understand that when God forgives you, you want to turn from that sin, right? After you ask for forgiveness, you want to turn away from it. We don't want to purposely go back into it. Don't all right, I'm sorry, I know I'm gonna do it again tomorrow. I feel like this is something that we all deal with. Sometimes even I do this. I said something rude to this person today, and I know tomorrow I might see them again, and they might make me mad, and I might do it again. I want to know, in my mind, I am going to try to not do that again, right? The same thing with lust. The same thing with anything else that you're dealing with. You want to try to turn away. you rob a bank and say you're sorry, but in the end of the day, you know, if they let you go free, you're gonna rob another bank. What's the point? And another thing is, you gotta forgive yourself too. Too many times I beat myself up about the past, about what I did in the past, or how I spent my time, that maybe I'm not worthy and stuff like that. You gotta understand that if God forgives you, you gotta forgive yourself. And I know sometimes your people around you, your peers, sometimes will make it harder for you to forget the things you used to do or the activities you used to engage in. But that doesn't matter. Are they gonna be judging you, right? At the end of the day, right? You're not going before your friends or your mom, your dad. You're going before the Lord. You can't feel like you need these other people to be like, okay, well, I accept you. God will accept you when God forgives you, bro. And you were legit, you legitimately asked for forgiveness and meant it. That's what matters the most. Because we get too hard on ourselves, feeling like, oh, well, this person still sees me as this. It doesn't matter how these people see you. It's how God sees you. How you know what to do after you sin. You want to make sure that you're staying on the right path. So watch this video next. I'll see you there.